Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves. Today we'll be checking out White Queen by Queen from the Hammersmith Odeon 1975. You may have noticed I just did this song, but this version of the song was requested so many times I knew I had to check it out, even if just to hear what everyone's talking about for myself, because it sounds phenomenal. I mean, the version from the Rainbow I listened to the other day was also exceptional. It was a song I've never heard before and it was really good. And this version's supposed to be even better, so I'm excited to see it. But make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I've still got so much more from Queen to check out and so many other bands aside from that. And also, if you'd like to request something, you can request it down below or through Patreon at Tier 2. And without further ado, let's check out White Queen for a second time from the Hammersmith Odeon 1975.
Okay, darlings, this is a little delicate little number called White Queen. So sad, her eyes smiling, dark eyes. So sad, her eyes.
Martini in his hand.
As if began. Oh.
Nice.
Such a breathless night as this, on my brow the lightest kiss. I walked alone, all around the eddies say, my lady soon will stir this way, sorrow no more. The White Queen walks, and the night grows.
This is incredible. It's really interesting because I've never really checked out the same song in different venues before, and this is a year later, but it's such a different version so far. I mean, the audio mix is so much better than the other version I listened to. I mean, you guys probably didn't notice because in the video that I did, I boosted the audio quite a bit, but it was actually very quiet for me. You may have seen in the other video, I was turning my own volume up. That's when I was doing this. And it was just very quiet. And this one is just really loud. I mean, it's also a higher quality audio version, so someone's probably enhanced it, but regardless, I mean, it's so well done. And also just Freddie's delivery of some of these lines is just slightly different from what they were before, and also the audio mix in the studio itself is different. Like, you can hear the guitar just so much more pronounced, and the mix is just a little bit better, like the venue's mix or whatever, I'm assuming. But this is really interesting, and again, Freddie's delivery of some of these lines and some of these verses just slightly different. Still has the same cadence, it's the same song of course, but just slightly different variations to the way it's being done. And again, the mix is different, so it's interesting. I'm curious where else it'll be slightly different from the one I've heard before. Oh, wow.
How deeply fair would have thee seen, the mother of the willow queen. I called her name.
Oh.
Beneath the window have I stayed. I love the footsteps that she made, and when she came, White Queen, how my heart did ache and dry my lips. No words can make. Still I wait.
This is interesting because in the other version, it seemed like the piano was more in the foreground than it is in this one. This one, they're a lot more kind of on par, if not the Brian May's guitar is a little bit higher up in the mix than Freddie's piano playing. It's an interesting choice, but well, I mean, it's an interesting mix in this one because it's a little more even in a way. Whereas again, before it seemed like the piano was more in the forefront. Now it's the guitar is a little bit more, but they're still a little bit more even. They're harmonizing far better in this version than they did in the other one. But it's still exceptional. I mean, of course, it's still Queen. You can never go wrong with Queen. Even the different versions and stuff like that, like, they're exceptional. Like, again, Freddie's just doing an amazing job here. And it's interesting to see just how different two different shows from a year apart can be from them. Because it's possible they re-looked at their set list and how they decide to kind of structure their songs and stuff like that and just played it differently. Or it's just that Freddie and the rest of the group just like to play around. And I mean, I know already that Freddie and the other band members all pay attention to each other and work off of each other and the choices that they make and stuff like that. So I wonder if they did plan to do this a little bit differently this time, or if it was just like a freestyle kind of thing where they just did things a little bit differently than they did the last time, and they trust each other in the amount of skill that they all have to play around and do things differently and just kind of work off of each other in different ways. Because it makes each show fresh if that's the case. I mean, either way, this is definitely very different than the other version I listened to, even though it's the exact same song by the exact same band. They're just, they're such masters at their art that they can play the same song multiple times. It's never exactly one-to-one, the exact same every time. Whereas a lot of bands, I feel like that's what they try and do. They try and emulate the exact same as the studio version every single time, and it just kind of gets the samey or whatever. But this is really interesting how different this is and how unique it is.
No tears in my eyes, so sad it is as it began.
Wow. Damn. Wow. I was hoping we'd get a couple more lines from Freddie like we did at the beginning, but oh well. Yeah, that's it. That was exceptional though. I mean, I'm glad you guys prompted me to check out another version of this because, for one, this is the first time I've ever done this. Like, again, checking out live shows from classic bands and stuff like that is just something I've never really done. So even just checking this out for the first time was interesting over at the Rainbow. But now, hearing it a second time, it's just an interesting comparison to see how different this is from the original, or not necessarily the original. I'm sure they performed it before the Rainbow, but, well, maybe. But either way, I mean, they're slightly different in the way that they were delivered, the way that they were structured. The composition of the song was fairly similar. Of course, it's the same song, but just the way that it was performed was slightly different in different ways. Like, again, the mix on the different instruments, the way that they harmonized, especially after the last time I paused it, the harmony between Brian May's guitar and Freddie on the piano was just fantastic, and the mix was perfect, where they just harmonized so well together. They combined to make something beautiful instead of just being two individual instruments, and it was really impressive just how different it was, even though it's the same song. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, later days, folks.